How to Attract Money into Your Life, Part 2. In the first entry on money, I offered several powerful strategies that can help you attract money from out of nowhere. Now I would like to add several others. Perhaps the simplest and most dramatic way to attract money is to raise your level of physical cleanliness and orderliness, whether at home or at work. Many individuals and businesses have followed this practice and seen money suddenly pour into their coffers from out of nowhere. For example, an instructor we know of didn't have any training work lined up and as a result was in desperate financial straits. However, one day he decided to apply the principle of higher cleanliness, and so he got down on his hands and knees and cleaned out the inside of his grimy refrigerator. Well, it turns out at the exact moment he got up from that strenuous ordeal, his phone rang. When he listened to the voice message, he learned it was his agent who informed him that tons of new training work had been lined up, thereby instantly eliminating all of his problems. As you see, when you take to higher levels of cleanliness, life instantly responds with good fortune in the form of new work, new opportunities, and new sources of money. Another surprising way to attract money is by controlling one's speech. Speech is an expression of our life energy. If we speak too much or too loudly, that energy gets squandered, which in turn repels money. However, if we speak the minimum amount necessary to convey our thoughts, as well as speak in a low, soft voice, we can attract hordes of money to our person. That's precisely what happened to a 39-year-old wealthy American business person who had lost all 60 of his employees and was prepared to file bankruptcy. Through a relative's suggestion, he and his wife not only practiced the discipline of higher levels of cleanliness, but also that of reduced and soft speech. 2 years later, he was in a financial position to retire for life. Finally, we have found that by shifting from stinginess and tight-fistedness to generosity also enables us to attract money from out of nowhere. For example, a somewhat tight-fisted man we know decided to pay for the trip of his friend who was in a bit of financial straits. It was something the stingy man would not ordinarily do. Well, it turns out that the next day, our friend unexpectedly received a very significant monetary payment, something he did not expect to arrive for a very long time. When you shift from being tight and stingy to being generous, money tends to quickly move in your direction, and often from the most unlikely sources. So why not consider how you can attract money by taking to higher levels of cleanliness and orderliness, by reducing the quantity and pitch of your words, and by showing higher levels of generosity. If you make improvements in any of these areas, money will flow in your direction non-stop.